So Fastlane is almost upon us this week. Hey everyone, this is Neo Reality Entertainment. I'm here to talk about the big build-ups that they've had, and I'll start with Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match for the number one contendership for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to face Triple H at WrestleMania 32. Okay, let's just say it. Logic took a huge step backwards with how, why would the Authority grant Roman Reigns the opportunity to fight for the WWE title? Wouldn't they try to ban him from it, like Vince McMahon tried to do with Steve Austin, though Vince McMahon tried to fire Steve Austin? And yeah, I'm trying to understand that too. And also, why Dean Ambrose? He was the Intercontinental Champion at that time, and he's mostly Roman's buddy at this point. They haven't really given him much booking outside being, oh, he's Roman Reigns' buddy. But at least I was glad Dean Ambrose was getting this big push. But even though it kind of was obvious, yeah, WWE most likely is going to use him as the fall guy, since we can't have Roman Reigns look weak. He needs to get stronger enough to face Triple H, and we can't make Brock Lesnar look weak. So let's add in a third wheel. Let's add in Dean Ambrose. And fans took a ride to that, and took a rally to that, and not a lot of people were happy that Dean Ambrose was most likely going to be the fall guy. So WWE wisely went with the direction of having Roman Reigns be in the background for a bit and let Dean Ambrose take the stage and challenge Brock Lesnar pretty much. And it made for some entertaining moments on Raw when Brock Lesnar showed up. Like Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose would always interact. Like when Dean Ambrose came out and saying to take him to Suplex City, Brock Lesnar looked amused, smirking all the while, and Dean Ambrose looked like that crazy individual that you just want to wonder, is something wrong with him? And all that. But while it has made for some entertaining moments for Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar, and I really hope they do a feud later down the road, since Brock Lesnar signed the new contract last year. I'm hoping we get to see a match between them in the future, a singles match. And yeah, Dean Ambrose being the Intercontinental Champion at that time, yeah, that was an obvious, yeah, he's not going to win match. So WWE decided to strip him of the Intercontinental Championship last night in a fatal five-way match, which is extremely rare, I think. I'm not counting Battle Royals, since that involves eliminating someone over the top rope nowadays. Um, the thing that was questioning me was, why is Roman Reigns involved in this again? Logic, people. Logic. Can't Roman Reigns just do what Daniel Bryan did, though, through vandalism or whatnot? Whereas Daniel Bryan rallied people and took over the show, why can't Roman Reigns kind of do the same thing, like vandalize stuff, destroy tables, destroy the arena, and basically screw up the show for the Authority, since they are dependent on ratings and whatnot and money? And to hear that the show has to most likely get risk getting canceled because, well, they have Roman Reigns destroying everything. That would have made for an interesting storyline, but no, they had to take logic and throw it to the side again. So we have that. So, and everyone was expecting Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns to fight each other in the build-up, like, they've been teasing about it, and on Raw it looked like that was going to happen, but Dean Ambrose just joked, saying, oh no, you gotta be fast enough to avoid that this Sunday. And Roman Reigns and fist bumped each other, and it was just boring. Can you just kill each other, guys? I waited for 3 years for Triple H and Roman Reigns to start killing each other. I'm ready for you two to kill each other. And the audience booed as hell on that last night, so yeah, problem there. The problem has not been averted. And WWE certainly teased it, but they never went full direction with it, because that would be implying, oh, one of them has to turn heel. We can't have Roman Reigns turn heel because we need him to be just like Hulk Hogan and John Cena. Egotistical, politician, backstage scandals, a liar, a cheat, and also a very good guy. Like him! And they can't have Dean Ambrose turn heel because he's way too popular with fans, because that would be like trying to turn Daniel Bryan heel, and they have to find some creative way to do it, and, well, there's no... And this is WWE we're talking about. They do not like creative ideas. They say they're creative, but really they're not. And Now let's get to Charlotte versus Brie Bella. It's a match that no one cared about, and quite honestly, I don't care about it. And Brie Bella is overshadowed by her husband Daniel Bryan retiring. So yeah, and their recent segment on Raw between Charlotte and Brie, it was so boring. Like Brie was being stiff. Charlotte is just not the best talker. Like that's her weakness, and people don't give her flack for that, like they did with Roman Reigns. But yeah, Charlotte just sounded stiff. Brie sounded stiff, and it just didn't feel clicked with me. It was just more like a, oh, this is just off to the side. They're just building up Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks for WrestleMania 32 and that triple threat match that's reported. So yeah, and let me get to Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. They're just building these two girls up to prepare for the big triple threat match at WrestleMania, which I hope they give enough time. Since this, oh wow, this is kind of big. This is a big deal. Like these are three of the four horsewomen. Yeah, this should be booked as a big deal. Heck, maybe you can add Bailey to it, make it a fatal four way match. That'd be awesome. But nah, Kevin Dunn is already pissed off enough as it is, I bet, with the women of NXT taking over for the Divas Revolution. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that. See all four horsewomen get in the ring together. Oh well. So yeah, the center of the storyline is mainly Sasha Banks leaving Team Bad, and Naomi and Tamina don't like that, and Becky Lynch is kind of in the third wheel. Sad. She shouldn't be. As a victim of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though we have nothing in common and we don't like each other, and we kind of turned stabbed each other in the back numerous times during our time in NXT. Yeah, we're really, really going forward with this. And then, so now let's get to Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio. Once again, a match that shouldn't even be happening, and the match that had at times some good moments, but sucks mostly at Royal Rumble because of botches. Like, and now this has potential. I'll say that they're going to do a 2 out of 3 falls match on the pre-show, nonetheless. Sadly, so hopefully they at least get 30 minutes or at least 27 minutes. Then they have 3 minutes to do pointless talking afterwards. So Kalisto and Del Rio are going to fight for the U.S. title. 2 out of 3 falls. Kalisto's most likely going to win. So basically, there's no sense of caring. And plus, Del Rio needs to eventually take some time off since he has back issues thanks to Brock Lesnar. Oh, I wonder why that's happened. I wonder how that happened during the Royal Rumble. So yeah, this match has potential to steal the show, though. Really, I'm pretty sure WWE's going to strip it of the amount of time it should be given. So don't expect anything from that, not as much as you hope would be. So, like, most of these matches can steal the show, except for the two Divas matches, as much as I want to see women matches. But the two Divas matches, yeah, they're not really going to steal the show. They're just there because Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks are being built up for the big triple threat match at WrestleMania this year. So, really, the only way you could get oh, they're going to steal the show on the main roster is at WrestleMania, which is a rarity. Very, very rare. So now let's get to Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. Now, this feud just came out of nowhere. Like, after the Royal Rumble, when it hinted that they were going to do Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles, they went with Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. They showed it on Raw, then showed it on Raw again. And now, how are we supposed to be invested in this match since we've seen it so many times in such short timing? Had it been given some space, then probably we'd be more invested. And plus, this match has been ordered by the Authority. Kevin Owens said no. So, really, if Kevin Owens is not getting invested in terms of character, I'm like, I know he's giving it his all, but in terms of storytelling, he's not really caring. So why should we care? Like, the match is going to be great, but there's no sense of story and tension. It's just there. And plus, would WWE really trade a week of the Intercontinental Championship? Like, they already give it less than 100 days, which makes Dean Ambrose's reign completely pointless. Since Yeah, you could have just waited, just done the last man standing match. Kevin Owens wins the match and whatnot, and survives TLC. So yeah, they could have done that, but no, we have to uh, bring unpredictability, even though it's obviously going to happen for the triple threat match. So Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, a match that I really hope steals the show, though really the triple threat match is most likely going to steal the show. But yeah, it's not really worth time of investing yourself in storytelling wise. I mean, like you got it match quality wise, but it's the same issue with the Attitude Era. People would rather see a decent match with a great story than a great match with no story. And since Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler have already overexposed their matches in short timing, this third bout is kind of pointless to really get invested in. Now let's get into the potential match that's going to obviously happen. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is obviously going to most likely accept it this upcoming SmackDown tapings. So expect that to happen and get round three of the AJ Styles Chris Jericho feud. And then afterwards, Chris Jericho moves on to face Kevin Owens, most likely for the Intercontinental title, since the original plan was Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho, but now plans have obviously changed. Um, Along with that, AJ Styles kind of was allowed to get time on the mic, and I can't really. Yeah, they can't really. Like, I get The Miz talking too much. Like, it looked like they were building up a triple threat match, kind of, with The Miz involved. Like, it would have been entertaining. Like, you had Chris Jericho insulting The Miz insulting Chris Jericho, The Miz getting involved, attacking both guys. So really, I kind of hope they do a triple threat match. So they already have one booked, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that. So yeah, AJ Styles and Chris Jericho, everybody gave it away on free television. So basically, AJ Styles is most likely going to win in this feud, and yeah, like you either have stories that are predictable or stories that have no story. Sad. And two of them are passed by, are just skip, don't care. And now let's get to the final obvious match that's going to happen at Fastlane. Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family taking on Kane, Ryback, and Big Show. Yay! I'm so invested in these teams. Well, I'm kind of more invested in the Wyatt family because they're cool, but the Titans of WWE, as the commentary likes to call them now, no, no, but no. This reminds me of the Shield versus John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback. This is going to be that match, kind of. But Braun Strowman isn't really as talented as Roman Reigns was at that time as the third guy in the Shield, and Luke Harper and Eric Rowan have more experience than Braun Strowman. So yeah, there's no really sense of caring at this. We already know what the match is going to be like. Bray Wyatt's going to take on Brock Lesnar. He's going to try and strike down the Mighty Titan. And let me get back to the triple threat match for a second. We know Dean Ambrose is there to take the fall. Brock Lesnar's going to get screwed by the Wyatt family. So instead of Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. So yeah, that's kind of obvious. Now, Braun Strowman, since they scrapped Undertaker versus him, which I'm glad they did, which got reported because the internet hated it for good reason. Uh, I'm curious to know what they're gonna do next. Like the word is that they're gonna have him win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I kind of find, I kind of actually want Mark Henry to win. All honesty, I'll get to that in another video. I'll explain that in the WrestleMania build-up video. So I'll explain that when it comes to it. Um, but yeah, these are all the matches. We have a total of 7 matches most likely going to take place. Several of them are going to steal the show. Two of them are passovers, and one is entirely not caring as much because they're not going to really do a great match out of this because of the limitations. So yeah. Well, everyone, this was Near Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.